So it looks like Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to get announced in 2022. Now, I know we've heard this song and dance before for a couple of years now, but this information is coming from one of the most reputable insiders, data miners, and leakers in the Grand Theft Auto community, TezFunds2. So on the Grand Theft Auto forum site on the GTA 6 speculation and discussion thread, he ended up saying this. He said, since we're going into 2022, and he made this post on New Year's Eve 2021, the new year is pretty much a given for the announcement of the next title. Going by Rockstar's pattern with major titles, a release is expected a year after. So holy smokes, to hear this from insider TezFunds2 and for him to basically say Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to get announced in 2022, that is absolutely wild. And then he expects at that point it would be released in 2023. So let's just talk about all of this. First and foremost, an announcement of Grand Theft Auto 6 would obviously be a warm welcome. We're closing in pretty shortly on 10 years of GTA 5 being the latest Grand Theft Auto game, which in my opinion is way too long. It's certainly the longest gap between new installments in the GTA series. Now, Rockstar will justify that since then we've gotten a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One update. We're going to have a PS5 and an Xbox Series X update. And we've had a tremendous amount of free online expansions. But even with all of that, it's still been too long. Rockstar needs to move on to Grand Theft Auto 6. I know I'm looking forward to it. Millions of other fans are looking forward to it. Pretty much anything new that Rockstar does now is met with, this is great, but where's GTA 6? And I don't really think they're going to be satisfied with anything they put out until Grand Theft Auto 6 does arrive. So let's just assume this information is correct. When can we expect this announcement to arrive? Well, I can almost guarantee you that it's not going to happen before March of this year. So the thing we know is going to be happening in March is Rockstar will be releasing expanded and enhanced GTA 5 for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and S. So it's clearly not going to come out before then because that would be the biggest buzzkill to expanded and enhanced GTA 5. Because as a fan, you might be thinking to yourself, well, why on earth would I buy expanded and enhanced GTA 5 if we're just a couple of months or years away from GTA 6 coming out? So that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen before March. And then we need to transition to when Rockstar usually make announcements for games like this. And it typically happens in the fall or December. I mean, just go back to Red Dead Redemption 2's announcement. Even go back to Grand Theft Auto 5's announcement. It would be interesting if it happened on the anniversary of that, because Grand Theft Auto 5 was first officially announced on November 3rd, 2011. November 3rd this year falls on a Thursday, which would make it very convenient for Rockstar to make that sort of announcement. So it wouldn't be shocking if Rockstar decided to do it then. November is also a good time because it's usually not when GTA Online is getting an update. Not that I think that would matter because an announcement of GTA 6 being here would pretty much trump just about anything. You also need to consider the big-time gaming events that might happen, whether that be E3 or Gamescom, or whether they piggyback on a Sony or Microsoft event. We don't know. But just assuming it's going to happen in 2022, I can pretty much say that it won't happen before March, and will probably occur when Rockstar usually makes those announcements, which is sometime in the fall-winter season. Now let's focus on the second part of this, where the release would come out a year later. So that would give us a 2023 release. Although, if it is announced later in the year in 2022, Rockstar could stretch that to 2024, and it would not be shocking given the last couple of games that Rockstar have put out. Grand Theft Auto 4, Red Dead Redemption, GTA 5, RDR2, all of those have been hit with a delay. So even if Rockstar does announce it for 2023, it wouldn't be shocking if it's pushed to 2024, late 2024, or even early 2025. Is that making you guys feel old? I mean, I know we're technically in 2022 right now, but it just doesn't seem like the game would come out when it's supposed to. Rockstar always have a delay no matter what. I mean, we even saw that with the Trilogy Definitive Edition and how the physical versions got pushed back to another time. So even with projects like that, there's been delays. So for those of you guys that have watched my videos for a long time, you'll understand why I'm excited, because we've covered what TezFunds2 has said in the past quite a bit. He's extremely reputable when it comes to knowing what Rockstar is up to, things that are happening next in GTA Online, and even in other franchises like the Red Dead universe and even Bully. And speaking of that, there was a very interesting article that came out over the weekend. It was on Game Informer. It was the version of Bully 2 you'll never get to play. We might discuss that in a future video, but this did get Rockstar Games insider Tez Funds2 to also talk about what this could mean for GTA 6. He said, "I think shelved is a better term. Rockstar went back to consider Bully 2 3 times. They can always go back a 4th time. It depends on the arsenal of tools Rockstar would have at that point in time. They definitely had interesting ideas and a functional vertical slice, but faced issues with certain mechanics that would require more effort and a greater budget for a game that may not be as successful as GTA. Since then, Rockstar have talked about how the tools have improved since GTA 5's release under RDR2 development and will be implemented even more under GTA 6's development too. Maybe by then, the tech Rockstar would have could solve most of the issues with Bully 2. Also, from this article, I can kind of understand why it was shelved a 3rd time when Rockstar was re-exploring the idea of bringing it back in 2017. The next upgrade I could think of for GTA 6 would allow us to access most, if not all, buildings or interiors we could see, but with the similar scale of an open world you could expect from a GTA game. The same selling point, but with a franchise that would definitely sell and a bigger scale, of course. Rockstar could re-explore Bully 2 after coming up with all the tech aimed at facilitating the development behind making most interiors accessible for GTA 6, if that's what Rockstar is exploring, of course. Maybe by then the budget would cost much less and the development would be feasible. So I want to talk about the GTA 6 stuff here. That would be incredible if Rockstar was able to make the game where almost every single building you could go inside. They definitely improved on this in Red Dead Redemption 2. GTA 5 didn't have a ton of interiors you could go in. In fact, it felt like it even had less than Grand Theft Auto 4. And that's a big part of the world. Not only what you see when you're driving on the streets and you're flying in the sky, but what you can do as your character when you just walk inside of a store. Or maybe even a building that doesn't necessarily have something for our characters to do, like a car dealership or an internet cafe, but we can still interact with stuff, go on the computer, steal a vehicle. Those are some of my best memories and moments from Grand Theft Auto 4 that I really didn't think we had in GTA 5, and that I hope Rockstar improves upon in GTA 6, because we got a glimpse of that in RDR2, and when Rockstar pulled that off, it really made the game feel incredibly realistic. So that's pretty much everything that I've got for you guys in this video today to talk about. It looks like GTA 6's announcement could be happening soon, and by soon, I mean this year. So I will definitely keep you guys posted, but for now, that is what we know so far. Let me know what you think in those comments down below. Does this get you excited? Does it not get you excited because you've heard this before? Same song and dance. Let me know what you're thinking in those comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.